Hey everybody, this is a John Deere D170 with the 25 horsepower V-twin. Has the twin barrel carburetor and it's sputtering. So I'm actually going to show you guys an example of what's happening. This is idle. Immediately dies. Keep in mind, I'm not like a certified small engine tech at all. I just work on bikes. As you can tell by my recent videos, I just work on mini bikes. So first step, take off the engine cover here. The bolts are 10mm hex head. Just normal standard bolts. Next bolts are an 8mm, and they're on the fuel pump. I only have one bolt on my fuel pump. That's fine. Fuel pump is the easiest, just 2 bolts when it comes out. There are usually 4 bolts right here, 4 8mm. I already took that off prior to filming. Take off your air filter cover along with your air filter. And these are 1/4 inch bolts. The issue at hand, before I even go anywhere, just in case if you guys want to quit now, you guys are able to, issue at hand is the intake manifold. I wanted to bring this up in the beginning, I just completely forgot until now. The issue is the intake manifold not completely mating to the carburetor surface. This is actually a pretty common issue with the OEM Briggs & Stratton plastic intake manifolds. They're just complete garbage and they would like to warp and break. So we're gonna fix it. So we're gonna crank down these bolts with a T30 tension or a screwdriver, just anything with a T30 on it. There's 4 bolts on the intake manifold, they all come off. All 4 bolts come out. They're just T30 or like I'm pretty sure it's an 11mm, or sorry, a 10mm. Now for the more annoying part, there's a breather tube at the back here, and there's like a little square part here. Square part twist comes right off. Breather tube kind of has to pry right out, but other than that, that's like the second hardest part. Disconnecting this, getting this line, shoving it like this so you don't spill fuel everywhere. Just shove it. Now you see how I did that like that? We're gonna do it like that from now. Now that the carburetor is fully off, there are 4 11mm bolts here, or nuts rather. They need to come off. You can take off the bars if you want. I'm not. Now all 4 nuts are loose. This should just lift right up and come right out. Always check the inside. If it's clear like this and there's no it gets clean, there's no soot, you know that this that's not an issue. If you see something wrong here, if you see soot, if you see dirt or debris, you know that there is something definitely wrong with your carburetor. Okay, to tighten these, you're gonna want a very small 4mm socket. If you do not have a 4mm socket, I'm sorry to tell you, you're fresh out of luck. You don't want to tighten these too hard, but you're gonna want to tighten them to they're snug, and it's very delicate. You're going to want to go to crisscross pattern, like so. Not too tight, just tight enough or it won't get loose. And now you're going to want to check that gap, and look at that gap. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see that. Look at that gap. There is a little bit of a gap in the middle, but that is, that's exceptional. It's a plastic manifold. This thing has 209. I should have mentioned this thing has 213 hours. That's a tolerable amount. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go shove the 11mm nuts back on, and we'll get that started. Now that you get the bolts all in like that, you're gonna want to go tighten it down. So you guys there, and you want to go like. Not much. Looks good to me. Now, you might be wondering what else we're gonna do here. We're gonna go shove the 4 Torx bolts that I was showing you guys before. Alright, so the video cut out, unfortunately, just because of my shitty iPhone. I'm gonna give you a rundown what happened. I used medium strength blue thread locker by Permatex, and I just put like maybe 3 or 4 threads of it on all 4 Torx bolts. Install a fuel line, install the downspout of the fuel filter, and for testing purposes, let's take a look, guys. Cutting grass beautifully. One more time for good luck. Now for the final touch. Always log your progress, no matter the vehicle.